The Selfish Genes. Richard Dawkins. Chapter 1. Why are people? Intelligent life on a planet comes of age when it first works out the reason for its own existence. If a superior creature from space ever visit us, the first question they will ask in order to assess the level of our civilization is, have they discovered evolution yet? Living organisms had existed on Earth without ever knowing why for over 3,000 billion years before the truth finally dawned on one of them. His name was Charles Darwin. To be fair, others had inkling of the truth, but it was Darwin who first put together a coherent and tenable account of why we exist. Darwin made it possible for us to give a sensible answer to the curious child whose question has this chapter. We no longer have no resort to superstition when faced with a deep problem. Is there a meaning to life? What was we for? What is man? After posting the last of this question, the eminent geologist G.G. Simpson put it thus. The point I want to make now is that all attempts to answer the question before 1859 were worthless, and that we will be better off if we ignore them completely. Today, the theory of evolution is about as much open to doubt as the theory that the Earth goes around the Sun, but the full implications of Darwin's revolution have yet to be widely realized. Zoology is still a minority subject in universities, and even those who choose to study it often make their decision without appreciating its profound philosophical significance. Philosophy and the subject known as humanities are still taught almost as if Darwin had never lived. No doubt, this will change in time. In any case, this book is not intended as a general advocacy of Darwinism. Instead, it will explore the consequences of the evolution theory for a particular wish. My purpose is to examine the biology of selfishness and altruism. Apart from its academic interest, the human importance of this subject is obvious. It touches various aspects of our social lives, our loving and hating, fighting and cooperating, giving and stealing, our greed and our generosity. These are claims that could have been made for Lawrence on aggression, Andre's the social contact, and Abel Elbetfield love and hate. The trouble with this book is that their author got it totally and utterly wrong. They got it wrong because they misunderstood how evolution works. They made an erroneous assumption that the important thing in evolution is the good of species or the group rather than the good of the individual or the gene. It's ironic that Ashley Murtagh should criticize Lawrence as a direct descendant of the nature-led in tooth and claw thinkers of the 19th century. As I understood Lawrence's view of evolution, he would be very much at one with Murtagh in rejecting the implication, the Tennyson's famous phrase. Unlike both of them, I think natural-led in tooth and claw sums up our modern understanding of natural selection admirably. Before beginning on my argument itself, I want to explain briefly what sort of an argument it is and what sort of an argument it is not. If we were told that a man have lived a long and prosperous life in the world of Chicago gangsters, we would be entitled to make some guesses as to the sort of man he was. We might expect that he would have qualities such as toughness, a quick trigger finger, and the ability to attract loyal friends. These would not be infallible deductions, but you can make some inference about a man's character if you know something about the condition in which he has survived and prospered. The argument of this book is that we and all other animals are machines created by our genes. Like a successful Chicago gangster, our genes have survived, in some cases for millions of years, in a highly competitive world. This entitles us to expect certain qualities in our genes. I shall argue that a predominant quality to be expected in a successful gene is ruthless selfishness. This gene's selfishness will usually give rise to selfishness in individual behavior. However, as we shall see, there are special circumstances in which a gene can achieve its own selfish goal best by fostering a limited from altruism at the level of individual animals. Special and limited are important words in the last sentence. Much as we might wish to believe otherwise, universal love and welfare of the species as a whole are concepts that simply do not make evolutionary sense. Okay.